Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, creatures and planeswalkers to Mana Problems. I'm here with my host, Chad, and as always, now joined by our other host, TC. Thank God. He's here.
Thank God.
We finally have our third host here permanently, so that's a good thing. So, guys, we had a really nice conversation last week about Casual Commander and what that is meaning to the community, what it's meaning to us as a local game store, and kind of what is affecting Magic the Gathering as a whole right now. So going off that conversation, what are you guys kind of thinking? What's on your mind right now?
I'm really interested to see what they're going to do at the end of the next month. I really want to see what options they take, what directions they go in, because they said, hey, community, give us your thoughts. And I have seen a lot of the community giving them thoughts. So we can only hope that the right choices are being implemented, the right changes made.
I feel like we're going to see a big shakeup come February. I feel like there's going to be some things that nobody saw coming happen, and a lot of things that people have been predicting for a while happening.
Well, we'll see. Yeah.
Or we could all just be very pleasantly surprised and nothing happens.
Yeah.
Which,
a lot of things happen that aren't what we expected.
Yeah.
18 cards got added to the... What the hell?
Chad, what about you? What's coming off that conversation? What's kind of on your mind as far as the state of Commander right now?
I like where we're at in that sense of I'm waiting for the next foot to fall kind of thing. But also I'm kind of like, as long as everybody's happy with what they're playing and at least decent to everybody, the game is always fun. The second somebody decides to be a jerk is when everything shifts. And that's why you want to, whenever you play casual, you play casual. And then jackasses decide they want to pub stomp, and then you're like, okay, jerk. And then you go out and you pull out the higher powered of the casual decks, quote unquote, and house them or make sure that they get screwed out the entire time. Because
Here's my bracket 4 with no game changers.
Right. and well, technically it's a bracket 2, but in reality it's 4 because of intent or whatever.
Because of intent. Because my intent is to hit you with a 4/4 that does 60 damage.
Yeah, guilty.
Aside, and that's kind of where my feelings about Casual Commander are. Dude, guys, just have fun. Do not bring in the heat whenever, it's not needed. It doesn't have to be you don't have to be a jackass sitting at the table. You can be chill, have fun, play the deck. If you get beat, you get beat. If you win, you win. Huzzah, Have fun with it. It doesn't have to be a beat down. So.
Yeah, that was kind of where I left it too, was there's a time and a place for each thing, and learn the time and the place and just have fun.
It's not hard.
Well, to some people it is.
Apparently.
To some people it's difficult, but there's a time and a place for each type of play, and just follow the time and the place and just have fun. It's about making a fun environment for the people around you to play with, or else they're not going to want to play with you anymore. I mean, that's kind of basic human psychology is, yeah, I'm going to take my ball and go home.
Which, if they start doing that, I'm happy to let them walk the hell out.
Yeah.
Because at that point, you've already killed the mood of the house or wherever you're playing. You've already pissed off certain enough people to where it's like, okay, the second you start playing stuff, counter, and you become target number 1 for all of the douchebag moves because you decided to be the asshole.
That's pretty much, that's how it goes. It's a weird thing when that happens, but it does happen, and it's definitely not foreign to us, being players that have played for so long.
Yeah.
But it may be to a lot of newer players, and it's unsavory. So,
yes,
be a good sport. Win with grace, lose with grace. Those are the biggest things.
Have fun playing the game, because that's what it is. It's a game.
It's a game.
And with somebody new sitting down, don't be a jerk. You don't pub stomp the new guy. You help them through the situations.
Well, yeah. I mean, normally we usually will not play the things that will win the game for several turns to let them test out stuff and
Or not play the thing that's going to win in your hand until they get a handle of what they're doing.
yeah.
Everybody's like, why aren't you just winning? Well, I'm letting them play their deck out, man.
I'm letting them play.
Letting them play, letting them figure out what's going on. I don't want to kill the game yet. Where other people I know would be like, let's kill the game so we can start another game. And I'm like going, wait a minute.
I'm guilty of that.
Yeah, well, other people are
Yeah.
other people are like, well, let's play more games. And I'm like, okay, but this guy needs to learn.
And not being able to play out the game does stifle that. So I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you're only able to draw 6 cards out of your deck and then your dad, it doesn't really help you test a deck out very well.
Right.
Which is that blue piece of shit y'all made me build.
Well, that was my next topic, was speaking of decks.
Welcome.
We had
Fucker, goddamn.
another deck tech challenge that was put in front of Chad, which was interesting to say the least. If you guys want to check out the gameplay on that, it'll be up on our YouTube channel and our TikTok. But Chad, we challenged you to build a mono blue deck, which right there is just completely out of your comfort zone.
Yep.
And then TC wanted to throw an extra challenge on top of you, which was no creatures.
Chad's all about the big stompy things.
Yes.
So that was
And the joke is the biggest stompy stuff is in blue. So
know.
it's funny.
It was
He
an
gonna
interesting
make
hurdle.
Some big
Yeah.
octopus leviathan.
some
thing.
kraken, disgusting.
And I'm just like, wait,
No.
you want to challenge Chad? Make him build counter spells. The one thing about this game he hates.
Now, I mean, I've played it. We played against it. It's not fun by any means.
By any means.
You don't get to do a whole lot when he's got open mana, but
I don't get to do a whole lot either. That's
yeah, that's kind of the double-edged sword, is he also does not get to do a whole lot. So it was an interesting playthrough. But if you guys want to see how that turned out, you can go check out our TikTok and our YouTube, and we'll kind of leave it at that right there.
Hell yeah.
But going into today, guys,
We're talking about sets, right?
we're talking about sets.
That's
We're talking about
favorites.
our
and
favorites
hated.
and our least favorites, and
Ooh,
And
there's
why?
so many. There's so many good options there for both of those.
Yes.
But Chad, why don't we start with you down there? Let's talk our favorite sets.
My favorite
to
set
start.
is Legends. Now the reason it's that one of the biggest sets, the first big set that Wizards put out that was a subset. It's the first set with Legends, actual legends in there. And it just had so much flavor and color and artwork, and everything about that set just made me happy. Even some of the creatures some of the legends that had no abilities were like, that's amazingly cool artwork. You know, Jedid Ojanen. Weirdest looking card because it's it's a tiger guy in blue and white. Makes no sense for a cat person to be in blue and white. He's vanilla. He has no abilities. It's all text. But the artwork to me was so gorgeous that I was like, man, this is beautiful. And then you go into all the other
I think my favorite
creatures.
one from then will probably always be Boris.
Oh,
Devil Boon.
Yeah, Boris Devilboon, make devils.
Make little devils. Such a cool card. He was expensive.
5. A black, a red, and
No, he's
3.
two a black and a red, but
Oh,
it
yeah.
but it was also
The ability.
the same cost to make the devil.
Yeah.
Like, he's so cool though.
One of the cards that always was like interesting to me was the name was Ramses Overdark.
Oh,
And he just taps to destroy an enchantment, I think.
Yep. Yeah.
And then you got
Add an Oakenshield.
Aiden, yeah, and then my personal favorite, what I use in one of my commander decks is
Hazes on.
Hayes is on Tamar, and then Mr. Turbofog himself,
Oh yeah. Angus McKenzie.
Angus McKenzie.
Probably my favorite card that came out of that set
And
was Angus.
Like, if you're not talking Legends, favorite card is tough for me because I really like Nether Void. I really like the Abyss. I really like Tabernacle at Pendrell Vale.
Tabernacle is probably the best out of Legends right now if you were holding on to it.
Well, yeah,
'Cause holy
monetarily
moly,
wise,
man,
yeah.
that thing has
One of
shot up.
Other cards that just is so much grossness in one card is the Moat.
The Moat. Moat is so good.
Mode is slept on too. A lot of people don't.
Well, it's
no,
$700.
it's so old,
Like
but
you,
in the
how many people wanting to go buy a $700 card to test out in a high-powered event?
that's why that goes into our next episode of proxies and everything else. But I mean, it is a $700 card right now, which is crazy, but it's a great card.
It is an amazing card.
If you happen to have your hands on one, I mean, go look in your older stuff if you've got one, because you've got a $700 card sitting right there.
One of Chad's favorite arts and legends, Eureka.
Yes.
Yes, Eureka is a great card, great art.
One of the other, I mean, it also had the original 5 Elder Dragons.
Right.
One of the other cards that just is so much, like cool, whatever you want to call it, was North Star. Which was weird because you paid 4 and then you could pay generic for whatever else you had to with the deck. It was a card that allowed you to get around color and other things like that, and it was kind of neat.
I wish they would have kept the concept of presence of the master.
Oh yeah,
all the way through the reprints, where they would have kept real people being in that place.
Yes.
I think that would have been cool. The first presence of the master had Albert Einstein on the art, and they reprinted it, and it was just some girl elf thing. Like, man,
I don't know if they ran into like issues.
I know it was Foglio, but I'm just saying
it's Phil Foglio, which all of his artwork to me is amazing. He's one of my favorite Magic artists. So I mean, it's a toss up 90% of the time. If I'm going to pick a Phil Foglio card or other artwork from that set, I mean, there's a chunk of cards in that set that's fun. Kobolds.
All 3 of them are awesome.
Yes.
I mean, not counting the lords, the
3 different lords.
the overlord and the
sergeant.
There we go. Thank you, Chad.
And then you had Roganar. No, not Roganar, but Roganar the Swamp King was good. But the other one that went with the kobolds,
Rograk, son of
yeah.
Damn, I almost had it in my brain, Chad.
Yeah, I know.
So Rograk is the son of that original black-red cobalt. And I can't remember his name now.
It's fine. The sort of the Might, I think it was
Rograr? Wasn't that his name? Or something like that?
Something like that. Sword of the Ages?
Sword of the Ages.
Sword of the Ages.
Chad used that one for a long time.
Because you could stack all your creatures to it and just go die.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a large chunk of cards in that set that just made it fun. It opened the door. And granted, there's a couple cards in there that are just dumb, like Caracas is dumb for Commander.
That's why it's banned.
The Tabernacle is dumb because it just what it does. It's also expensive because of other
because of what
formats.
Because of what it does.
Yeah.
But it's because of what it does. Unlike most upkeep costs, Tabernacle doesn't make you sacrifice the thing. It destroys it. And so there are synergies where you can have indestructible things, where you can have all these options where your creatures just don't die and you don't pay the mana. Because why do I care?
But
if you destroyed my thing.
It's also the scourge of token decks, where you're paying crazy mana
Or
if you don't have a way to make them indestructible, or
whatever.
creature fall, or whatever you want to call it. It's crazy.
It is,
and it gets expensive, and it sucks. But
it hurts.
I mean, some of the random cards that were actually good at the time, not good now, is all the batteries. The 5 batteries were always kind of like
Mirror Universe.
Mirror Universe, love the card.
They used to be so good.
Lifelink, I think was the name of the card. No.
Spirit
Link. Sorry, another one of those artworks that just like
it was Lifelink. That's what it was.
Yeah,
but it was non-keyword before Lifelink was a keyword.
One of the more powerful cards that came out for white was Lightning Spirit. It's way power crept out now.
Thunder.
Is it Thunder Spirit? Yeah, Thunder Spirit. 2/2 first strike with
for 3 with flying. That was just crazy. No, not flying.
Yeah, flying.
Yeah, flying first strike. Crazy.
Flying first strike, 2 white and 1.
Yeah, crazy
just
good.
Amazingly good card. There was others that now have been the power creep is out for 90% of that set.
Like what is the blue card that everybody's starting to run now.
In the Eye of Chaos.
No. Nice.
Oh,
no. It's got the little.
I love how you're like, what's that blue card that everyone's running
yeah,
now?
well,
You know,
I
the
would
blue
fucking
one.
absolutely
The
not
blue
know.
one, the blue card. You know, that
blue
one.
You're
card.
giving me
Chad.
crap over something I don't,
I know.
But what-
I know.
What does it do?
I don't fucking remember.
You.
Wait. Be patient. I will find it.
I mean, and it had a good chunk of new counter spells that weren't in the original set, like Remove Soul and Essence Scatter, I think. No, not Scatter, but a lot of your non-creature. Force Spike was out of
Force
that set.
Spike, yep.
There was a lot of just really the weird cards out of that set were like the glyphs. I don't think have gotten any. They're not going to be any good because they all revolve around walls.
Reset.
Oh yeah, for
That's
2
the
blue.
one. Yeah. Untap all your lands.
Yeah.
Right?
Time Elemental was in this set, which was like a
Which
great,
used to be so powerful.
which was a great card because just put that back in your hand, put that back in your hand, put that back in your hand. Yeah, go ahead.
That's one of my favorite cards back then. Was Underworld Dreams. Came from Legends. Such a good fucking powerhouse.
Yep.
I mean, you've got one of my cards that I use in one of my decks is Living Plains, because this is the one that introduced Enchant Worlds. So
Yes.
there was cards that just enchanted everything. That's what those meant. There was a
The
lot
first-
of fun stuff.
The first planeswalking card ever
Yeah.
printed.
Yep, the one creature with the least used ability in all of Magic. It's It's called Righteous Avengers, I think is the name of the card,
You are correct.
and it's a
5-drop 3/1 with planeswalk.
yeah. So the joke is there's only one other card with Planeswalk in the entire game. This was a random trivia question I would ask people if they were just wanted to dig into it. Is what's the least used keyword in all of Magic? And it's Planeswalk because there's only 2 cards with it. I mean, and this set also had like some really cool lands, really cool creatures, really cool artifacts. Nothing about this set was like cheap and like, oh yeah, that's a great card, because it introduced the first card that actually introduced poison.
Yeah.
Was Serpent Generator.
Tokens.
Yep, tokens was the big thing for a lot of that set. Like I said, Hazes on Tomorrow, one of my favorite cards.
What's that?
There is the book series that came out of this set, which was the Legendary series, was started with Hazes on Tomorrow, Johan, which is another gross card, and Jeddah
Jeddah.
But Johan was a Jund +2, so it's red, black, and green. All your stuff didn't tap to attack.
Vigilance for everything.
For that color combo,
For Jund is terrifying.
which it never, and he doesn't show. He has not shown up in a lot of games at all because he's so over. He's like because he costs like 5 or 6 to cast.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't care anymore. And in those colors, that is just nasty. But that's the reason I
Jund.
I really love
Yeah,
that
that's
set.
not Vigilance and Jund is not something that you want for sure.
But it gets all of your stuff as long as he's untapped. All your stuff doesn't tap to attack, which is like ugh. But that's why that is my favorite set, because of the old schoolness of it, the cool cards that are in it. That it's just fun.
Things that have never been
Reprinted.
or even remade ish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We have Magus of the Moat, right?
Right.
That's a functional reprint. I mean,
Yeah.
enough right
There's
now.
some
Like,
Maguses that fit that
I
little
mean,
boat.
There's cards that effectively do some of those things.
There's a Magus of the Tabernacle.
Yeah, but he's
he
a
sucks.
creature, and that just kills it.
It sucks. But I mean, there's
He also is sacrifice, not
Yeah.
destroy, and that again makes a difference.
yes, it does. There's a few other like Maguses out there that throw in with cards and
Abyss and stuff.
yeah,
but that's not what I'm
yeah.
referring to realistically. Like even
the Magus
even
of the
mirror,
mirror.
even mirror has several different options for you to just
Yeah.
flip-flop people's lives around and stuff now in the game.
Yes.
There's a lot of that did get moved on, but there are some things in that set that never got
No.
functional reprint value at all.
Rampage was the one ability that just kind of blew it.
Just
in
died
that,
out.
in that set, in the way it works.
It's too overcomplicated.
Right.
For each
It's-
creature beyond the first that blocks this creature gets plus whatever,
Yeah.
plus whatever, based on the rampage number.
Right.
Like, then you had to add lure and trample, and it was just a giant.
Well, that was the Craw Giant thing. You Craw
Cast
Giant was
lure,
just
yeah.
gross, and you threw in lure on it, and then just swing, and you would wipe out somebody's board.
Yeah, I mean, but that was 2 years later. I mean,
Yeah. Well, and then
Rampage was around for a long time and did nothing.
Well, Rampage was in that set, and in I want to say Alliances because of Gorilla
Yes,
guys.
yes, but it wasn't until Ice Age that we got lure. That's what
No,
I mean.
Lure was AFR, ABF.
Oh no,
or
that's
ABU.
right. ABU.
ABU.
Venom was dark.
Venom was the dark.
Yeah, there we go. My bad.
You're fine. But it was
My bad.
the
Dumb
those
brain.
old school dumb card combos that were fun. You know, Channel Fireball, same thing. Works in that same boat. So
Venom was basically Death Touch without the keyword.
Mm-hmm.
So
all right, now your favorite, sir.
Mine? I mean, mine's obviously going to be Portal 3 Kingdoms because one of the same thing like you, the art is some of my favorite. It's got my favorite pieces of history throughout China and, you know, the 3 dynasties and all of the legendary heroes from older video games that I used to play when I was a kid,
Dynasty
from
Warrior.
Dynasty Warriors, and it introduced a lot of cool mechanics that I hadn't seen because this came out the year after I started playing. So this came out in 99 and I started in 98. So horsemanship was a new thing and
non-flying flying.
it was crazy good.
Still is crazy
Still
good.
to this day is crazy good. There's still tons of cards from this set that I still play. The main one being Sun Quan to give everything horsemanship, but there's still a lot of cards from this set that I do
Imperial
play.
Recruiter.
Imperial Recruiter,
It's
Imp Seal.
so good.
Imp Seal.
Imperial Seal is so good.
Empty City was great to just stop people from attacking the next turn.
What is it? The Retainers?
Yep.
Loyal Retainers?
The Loyal Retainers, yeah,
So
where you
good.
attack and you put them in your graveyard and take a legend out and put it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then, like,
There were so many ways to take legends like out of your graveyard and either put them back into play or back into your hand from this set, from like Jahodun and a
Chad's
bunch of other
favorite.
cards. And then
Yeah, done. Yeah, my favorite.
the art was just amazing in this. It was all like the older, you know, old oil paintings from ancient China and the old scroll paintings and
so I ran Overwhelming Forces in a deck for so long because that card is so powerful.
it's still ridiculously powerful.
It's a one-sided board wipe.
Yep.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's a single player board wipe, but you get to draw cards for every creature that died, and that is
It was awesome.
crazy.
It's still great. I mean, we don't see it a lot anymore, but it's still definitely played.
one of my prized possessions ever is one of those right
Yep.
there.
The Zodiac Dragon.
Yeah.
Yep. I have the goat. I don't have the dragon. And I still am looking for the dog. That's the one I really want, is the Zodiac dog.
They're not those. The dog is not too expensive. The one that's dumb is the
There's
dragon.
the dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I mean, and for them to put the zodiac symbols in there was really cool because it goes back to the Chinese New Year kind of thing, which was I was like, this makes a lot of sense. This is really cool.
Yeah, it just brought everything back from the Chinese Zodiac, and it was cool. There was a lot of really cool calls to history. There was a lot of cool calls to some famous paintings from
Famous
back
moments,
in history,
yeah.
some famous moments. It brought in a lot of neat actual history that actually happened, and
Yeah.
these people actually existed, and
What is it? The burning
Capture.
of the burning of Zhang Se
Yeah.
and the capture of Zhang Zhao.
Yep.
And what is something of Shadow of a Thousand Arrows or something
yeah,
like
yeah.
The
that.
Shadow of a Thousand Arrows.
I don't even remember. It's
And then there's the Armada. I forget which. It's all the boats tied together, and then the firestorm that goes along with it. And
Yeah. Borrowing 100,000
borrowing
arrows.
100,000 arrows. Yeah, there we go.
I mean,
Like-
but there's some. There's the artwork's gorgeous.
Oh, yeah.
Some of the cards are kind of like generic as hell, but that's because they're 1/1s, 2/2s, whatever.
Way Warriors, Woo Warriors,
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah, they're supposed to be generic. They're
And
supposed to
then
be vanilla.
the legends in the set were really good. Some were like the casting costs on some of these cards were like stupid expensive, but it was a portal set, so it's supposed to start you out.
It's supposed to teach you to play the game,
Right.
and it ended up being so
It
powerful.
ended up being one of the more powerful sets that's ever come out.
Yeah, it just is
For
so
a
good.
198 card set.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
wasn't that
Is
big.
the total. It was 198 cards total.
Yeah, and all of them around a
And if you want to
Point.
purchase them all, if you want to purchase every card right now, it would cost you just under $7,400 US to purchase one of each. But, you know,
Yeah.
180 cards.
7 racks for 180 cards is pretty
But
rough,
for
bro.
A set for $19.99 that was kind of smaller, I
Well,
would
I
say.
mean,
But
well,
because we were used to 32 card or 32.
300 card sets and stuff.
Yeah, but 32 card or no, not 32. Excuse me, I'm crazy. 320 card sets.
yeah, things like that. So, did you know that a box of this would cost you like 6 or 7 times that number?
Yeah, you found a sealed box right now.
Yeah.
Oh man, you got a sealed box of this in your closet. Go sell
in
it.
the money.
You're looking at like 40 grand right now for a sealed box of this.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it sits over 50 last I looked, but
Yeah, depending on the condition and what you've got, you've got at least 40 sitting there, if not 50 or 60.
yeah, I was like, it's pretty good though.
To the right collector, it's probably priceless. But
There you
it was
go.
definitely my favorite set that's come out, I would say, so far. I mean, there have been some that are definitely contenders that were more viable and more playable, but nostalgia's nostalgia. And
Nostalgia is
it
nostalgia.
reminds me of when I first started playing. So I will always love this set, no matter how
fair.
expensive it gets. I'm still trying to complete a play set. But
That is fair.
Ouch.
well, what about you, man? What are you thinking?
So, like I was saying, I have always been torn on my favorite set. My favorite set will probably always be Arabian Nights, but functionality-wise, and the set I'm actually personally going to talk about is Urza Saga, where I believe power creep began.
I can agree with that. That's definitely where the power creep began.
Yeah.
And it has not stopped ever since.
Oh, it did. Oh, it did.
Oh, we got shut down a bit.
Well,
It got slowed down.
It got
to a
slowed.
halt.
It got
for a little
slowed.
while.
that was
I
called
wouldn't have-
Kimagawa.
I wouldn't call it a stop. It got slowed to a crawl.
It
but
did get slowed really hard.
It
but-
definitely didn't stop. It slowed to a crawl.
Yeah, no, they always have to have a little bit of something to push the next set, right?
Well, yeah.
But Urza Saga has crazy mechanics that you just don't see happen again. The Cloud of Fairies,
Yeah, untap all the mana. Pay.
the free spells that untap lands. Nobody thought, hey, they're gonna untap this Gaia's Cradle 72 times. Nobody thought that. No, it's the same set. Nobody thought that. Nobody thought, hey, this card Tolarian Academy is probably really bad idea. We shouldn't print that. No, nobody thought that.
Tolarian Academy was a terrible idea.
Immediately banned in every format.
Period. End of discussion. You can't. There is no counter argument to that. Tolarian Academy was a terrible idea. Beautiful card. The art was gorgeous.
And
The text
so
box
good.
was filthy and should
So
never have been
good.
printed onto a card.
I mean, nobody expected you to be like, hey, I'm going to cast this spell and untap these 6 lands, but this land over here gave me 80 mana because I have all these treasure tokens in play.
Yeah.
it was so bad. It was so bad. It also had some of like the really unique mechanics, like the hidden, veiled. Oh, what's the third one, Chad?
They were all hidden.
Opal. Hidden, veiled, and opal creatures that are all just enchantments that become creatures we talked about in that last episode.
Yeah.
They all came from that same era of cards. They all these things, these crazy attempts to make the game better, all came from these tests from Urza's Saga.
Echo. Don't forget Echo.
How many? Oh my God! How many different Gaia's Cradles are there now? 3, 4, 5?
4. There's 4 at least, to my understanding. But like 3 are technically land, and 1's an enchantment that enchants a land.
Well, but 1's a creature. 2's a creature.
2's a
3's
creature.
a creature.
Well, you got
Shit.
you got Circle of Dreams.
Druid, right?
You've got the Station.
Right. And then you got the new one that's coming out in Lorwyn.
Right.
That's all other creatures. It doesn't count
Yeah.
itself, but it's still Gaia's damn cradle.
And
It's
then-
white green. It's
Oh
white
yeah, that
green.
Brigid or Brigid.
Brigette or Bridget.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's white green.
Yeah, but it's
and
all other creatures. That doesn't matter. So you get -1 creature
Minus
off
one,
of your
and
Gaia's
you get
Cradle. Oh
green
no.
or white.
And you get green or white.
Or white. Oh my God.
That
And then the other one is this stupid, cost 1 green and 2, and you put it on land, and it taps for how many elves you control, which
Right.
is
and
specifically
it's
for a
kind
thing.
of the same, but not. I mean, if you're talking like that, then we have Priestess of Titania or Priest of Titania
Yeah.
and all. Like, what is it? Archdruid, Elvish Archdruid taps for all the elves you
Yeah.
control. Yeah, I mean, like I'm talking about just Gaia's Cradle effects,
Right.
where it's like
You
all
got
the creatures.
Rights of Iklamok is the
Right.
other.
Well, you have I was like Gaia's Cradle, Growing Rights, Circle of Dreams Druid, the Stationed, that Brigand girl. I mean, that card's not going away.
No.
That effect is not going away. They obviously don't see a problem with the power level of it. They're just trying to slow down how fast you can accomplish it.
Yeah, definitely. It's the new one with Brigid is going to be really interesting to see how it affects white. I really want to see what
I mean, White
grossness
had
it's going to
one,
be able
but-
to pop out now with it one being standard legal again.
Yeah. Well, what if I make it the helm of my heir apparent deck?
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Like that's what I'm saying. I'm
But you
excited
add
to
green
see.
to that thing.
I'm excited to see what it's going to
Doubling
do
season
to
and-
existing decks where it's now I have a white Gaia's Cradle that's not going to cost the amount of a Gaia's Cradle. I don't have to go spend $1,000
Right.
on a Gaia's Cradle to get these
and
effects now.
Granted, you also have Sarah Sanctum, which does enchantments.
Enchantments,
Well,
and it does.
correct
white.
me if I'm wrong though. Sarah Sanctum is a pretty expensive card.
It
It's
is.
The last I think it was
350,
like 350, 400.
somewhere in there. Like
Yeah, so it's not obtainable for every player.
No.
You know, this one I
It's
don't
brand
think
new.
is probably going to get more than $30.
I was gonna say,
Unless
right
it
now
just-
I think that's where it's at, and it'll
And that's
it'll
after
drop.
Friday it's going to tank.
It will. Everything will drop, and then whatever gets playable value, whatever people see playable value out of things,
Yeah, we'll go back up.
will go back up.
But we always see that week to 10-day dip in the market prices of all
Well,
of
'cause
these
you have
new
to-
release cards because you've got to readjust
Well,
to
you have
how
everybody
many got
trying
pulled,
to
how many.
sell them all at the same time.
Yeah.
and nobody's played in a tournament with them. Not a real sanctioned
No,
you
no
know.
true RTT
Yeah,
right
so,
now.
And well, and so they're not. Nobody's seeing what the cards do for at least a week. And then draft week comes through, and you kind of see some things, but
Which, we'll
Yeah.
see what comes out of draft week, but pre-release night we'll definitely see the market kind of changing, which is neat to see, but it's not going to last.
Right.
Which is always the weird thing with the market and pre-release nights, and then that week into the actual release.
right.
So I don't see that card getting crazy expensive. No. Really don't see very many that are going to get crazy expensive. depending on the pull rates. I mean, I guess we'll see when.
What happens when?
We'll see,
always the serialized cards, but
Well, and I think we've got the Bitter Bloom Bearer is
The one serialized.
the one serialized one coming
So-
out of this one.
so another really cool thing from Urza Saga is the first foil cards,
yes.
right? Yes, Chad.
Was it?
Lightning Dragon, Sarah Avatar, and Gaia's Cradle
Yeah.
have all been printed in foil. Now, it was not the first foil cards you could get in packs, but it was
Okay,
the
yeah.
first foil cards that we got as players. And then Urza's Legacy
Yeah, was the first
was
one.
the first one with foils you could pull out of the packs.
Right.
But because that was the test, it was to see, and they were so pretty. That foiling is so cool.
I mean, those back in the day, the foiling was a lot higher quality than it
Well,
is now.
the cardboard was a lot higher
So
quality.
everything
than
was
it is
higher
now.
quality. We sound like old people. Back in the day,
We are old people,
Shut
my
up.
guy.
dude. I found my first gray hair the other day.
Oh,
I'm
bro,
very-
they've been in
I'm
my
very
beard
sad.
for the last 2 years.
I'm very sad. I found my first gray hair the other day, and now I feel ancient.
ancient.
I don't have much gray on my head. I do have it in my beard whenever I let it go out. But
That's what I'm saying. Like it's coming through pretty fine on the face.
Well, we do live stressful lives, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
But let's get into what sets have come out that you are absolutely not in love with. And I know there's been quite a few that we've all talked about around the table before about this set was trash and this wasn't good. But I'm talking about the set that you really saw no value out of as a player for your play style, for the colors you play, for monetary value, however you want to hit this nail. But what was your least favorite set? Chad, why don't you kick us off here?
yeah, this. So my least favorite set in Magic is Legions, and the part that made it, I just didn't like the way it felt in the long run because I was missing the color, the story, the this, the that in the set, and it was the fact that it was just an all creature set. Coming from me is crazy. I just didn't like the way it felt. Everything it just didn't flow right in my brain. It didn't feel right the way it was set up. And of all the sets out there, that's my least favorite because of the way it felt whenever the way the cards worked in the set, the way the cards worked at playing stuff putting stuff in from this set into other stuff I'd already built was like, I don't want to, this won't work, this won't work, this won't work. In a setup where like you're playing standard, I guess is the best way to describe it, or was it one?
No, it's type 2.
Type 2. And it was just like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. Why would I buy? Why should I get any of this stuff? This stuff sucks. And this is not, this is coming from a point where Commander wasn't even a thing yet.
No.
And it was just kind of like this. Yuck. Bleh. Now there are some gross cards in this set. Achroma being number one on the list. There's a few other ones that are just disgustingly awesome. But it was just like it felt to me of a set that was lacking something.
What's crazy to me is just looking at it from an LGS and a reseller standpoint is it's one of the cheapest sets out there. Mm-hmm. It's a 145 card set. The entire value of this set is $156. Mm-hmm. Super cheap cards.
Yes.
A lot of gross stuff, but not heavy on resale value.
You
A lot
can't
of
say a
reprints.
lot
A
of
lot
real
of
stuff.
reprints.
Right.
But this is we're going all the way back to 24 years ago now, 23 years ago, because this came out in 03.
Yeah.
So I mean,
this was Onslaught, right? That's the
Yeah.
block, right?
Onslaught,
Legion,
Legions,
Scourge.
and then Scourge.
Yep.
Yeah. So Morph came out in this block, which was really cool. Fetchlands came out in this block,
Yeah.
which was really cool. Only 5, and
5.
only in the first set, not in this set.
Yeah.
But and then like they started off so strong. Onslaught was such a
Onslaught was a-
crazy strong set,
Onslaught was
and
an
they
amazing
led
set.
into
It just-
Legions, which was it was
It went to shit, man.
from a design perspective, it seems like such a strong thing to do. And from a player's perspective, when you tried to draft it or you tried to incorporate much of it into actual gameplay, it was really hard. I played a deck back then that was a Type 2 deck that ran this stupid card from this particular set.
I mean, the muses came out of this set, so it's like they're not all bad.
Yeah. Skirk Alarmist.
So do you remember this deck, Chad?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
So it was a morph deck that put dragons into play, right? Specifically this dragon into play. That says when it's turned faced up, you can put another dragon into play.
Yeah, and he's referring to the Imperial Hellkite. Yeah, which was a 5 and 2 red.
Well, and then the one that you put into play came from Onslaught, right? The free one that you put into play, and it was Bogarden.
Yeah, Bogarden. Yeah, the Bogarden Hellkite, or something
Which
like
does
that.
5 damage divided
Or-
any way you choose.
No, that was from Bogarden Hellkite was Time Spiral, but the one you're talking about was the Bogarden Dragon, or I forgot. It was Bogarden something,
Yeah.
but it was a dragon from that set. The Hellkite's from Time Spiral,
Okay.
but that one, the one you're talking about, would come in and just house.
Yeah. Well, it would shoot things for damage. I don't even fucking remember now. That card is dumb. Warbreak Trumpeteer is such a dumb card.
It's one of my favorite cards to come out of this set.
Unstable Hulk was such a dumb card.
Unstable Hulk and Warbreak Trumpeteer both were gross goblin cards for what I play. And I don't really use either in my C goblin deck now. But back then, these were super cool to play and then just make a whole bunch of goblins and scare the crap out of everybody. But we've seen a lot grosser stuff come out now. But this set, to me,
The Muses. Seedborn Muse.
Yeah.
the Muses,
Right. Dreamborn Muse. Lavaborn Muse.
which we're
Graveborn Muse.
we're talking about just the Muses here. The whole set's 156. The Seedborn Muse is a third of that.
Well, so if I don't know, she's not that expensive. I mean,
She's up there.
last time I looked at Seedborn, she was like $13.
But they've
she's
reprinted her a couple
reprinted
times.
her.
Yeah, she's
so
been
long.
reprinted to shit now, but she was up there. But this set had very little value to me,
It
other
has
than the
very
Muses,
little value left.
monetarily.
Yeah,
Value.
yeah,
It has cards that have great value.
All
Seedborn
5
Muse is still it's a game changer still to this
for
day.
a reason. Yeah,
and
all
it's gross.
5 of them were good. All 5 of them were good, but Seedborn is just
That much better.
so much better. Graveborn is good in zombie decks. Windborn is good in Pillow Fort decks.
Yes.
Dreamborn is good in mill decks. They all have their place.
Seedborn has a place in multiple styles of deck though, where it's just getting
It's
to
just
untap
good.
all of your permanents at every untap step, which is amazing for if you're playing flash, if you're playing counter spells, if you're playing whatever.
If you're playing anything.
you always have mana available now. You're never
you always
tapped
have
out.
blockers.
Yeah.
You always have
always have
everything.
blockers. You've always got mana to play
All of
spells.
your-
You're never tapped out. You're never wide open unless you have no creatures on the
All
field.
of your artifact advantage is back available to
Mm-hmm.
you. All of these things.
It's a complete reset. It just pushes the reset button on your field.
It bypasses all of the artifact rituals, so your Mana Vault, Basalt Monolith, Grim Monolith all
Yep.
untap
They all get to untap for free.
for free.
And
Like
it's a gross card, and that's why it's on the game changer list.
why
I
it's a
mean,
GC card,
it's,
yes.
it's disgusting.
What are you doing, Chad?
Looking for that dragon.
Oh,
But I mean, the set itself, it was just the kind of, it offset me where I'm like I'm missing the little things in a set that gives it a little bit of flavor, a little bit of fun, a little bit of some idea of what's going on in the set. And it was just kind of missing. And you had the morph stuff, you had some of the other things that were in there, but it just kind of like,
with no spells, no artifacts, no enchantments.
right. It was kind of lacking some of the things that you're always looking for whenever you're playing Magic. It was that kind of, and it felt odd. It was one of those weird ones that just kind of like, why am I not liking this set? What is in this set that I'm not liking? And it was just the set in general, the way it rolled out, the way it felt, the way it interacted with stuff in my gameplay, in my already made decks that I was building for whatever, to add to, take away, move around. It was just the set itself did not work for me. Now, there are cards in there that I think are broken, really good, and awesome to use a lot of? Yes. I'm not going to lie. There's a lot of cards that do that. But as a whole, I'm like going, this set kind of just made me not like what was there. Legions, to me, was a lot better set. And granted, this is at the point in time where, Scourge, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Scourge was a lot better set than this.
I was about to say, are
was
we
so
talking
con-
about legions
I
here?
was so
Yeah.
confused, my guy.
Sorry. But
Having a senior moment over there. It's okay.
Yeah, but
Nurse.
Scourge had a better, well-rounded story and a more well-rounded set. And this was back in the time whenever they put out 3 sets a year, and inevitably one of the sets that would come out would be a dud.
I think that's still a thing. Obviously, they're putting out more than 3 sets a year now.
But I mean,
But I feel like in the last few years, this is still a repeating pattern to this day where 1 set a year is always a dud.
yeah,
And we saw it last
Hang
year.
on, Chad. I'm just making sure.
yeah,
I mean,
But
I
I
think
think it was Dragon Tyrant.
yeah.
we're going to get into
That one right
the
there.
set last year that was a dud when I talk. But it's been...
There's 2 sets that were like there was a lot of
There
sets
were a few
last year
sets
was
last
not
year, but
good.
one was a definite dud and the other was close. But we'll get into it when I go. I want you to go next because you've been wanting to get some stuff out. But
No, you're good. I will probably forever now, going forward, always choose Murders at Karlov Manor because that set sucks.
that
Garbage,
set was absolute
fire.
booty cheeks.
That set is so bad.
It was terrible. It was
ill received. The failed morph mechanic. The failed.
what did they call
story.
it? Disguise.
Yes.
Yeah,
The
disguise.
story just was
Honestly,
bad.
I don't even know much about this set because I think I bought 2 booster packs and looked at it and was like, "This is terrible," and I just stopped buying it.
I was not a fan. The best thing that came out of this set is the Surveil lands.
Yeah, and they have their place, but that's not a damn shock land. That's not a scry land. That's not a search land. It's a surveil land, and that's cool.
The
But
only thing that it's got going for it is it's searchable.
It
they
is
come in
fetchable.
tapped too.
But
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
fetchable.
It's
I can-
fetchable.
So I
Cool.
can fetch it on your end step and get it to untap on my turn.
Yeah.
And get both benefits. Get to surveil and get to untap it immediately, basically.
Not worth it.
I mean, so there are decks where you want to put cards in your graveyard all the time.
Yeah.
And I see the value. But that's 5 cards.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, what else was in that set that was good? Delny?
Yeah, Delny is in that set, and there's a green card. It's in an uncommon. It costs 1 green and 1, and its power and toughness equal to the number of creatures or stuff in your hand, I think. It's an uncommon. It's sprouting something.
Okay. Well,
But it's
I'm not
it's not
impressed.
bad.
I'm
But
just
it
saying.
was, for what it was at
Not
the
sure.
time.
For
Not
a 2-drop,
impressed.
for a 2-drop XX creature,
Yeah.
sure.
But as a whole, no.
I mean, what else? Rakdos,
No.
no,
Rakdos the Muscle was not in that.
no.
But the Rakdos, there was another Rakdos that was in that set.
I mean, if you want to we'll just speak to the value of this really quick too. 456 cards.
It's a big set.
$1,779.38 for the entire set.
Yeah.
Right.
And most of that's in the lands.
Almost all of it is in the lands, honestly. I mean, they're in Delny.
I need. So
The Rakdos.
the Rakdos Patron of Chaos, he was pretty good. I mean, he wasn't amazing, but
The vampire in this set was stupid broken until for Pioneer, the Vile something or other.
No,
I forgot. Vane.
No, you're talking
It
about
was the mono black one.
No,
yeah,
no.
it was mono black. It was 3 black and
Oh,
one
Vein Ripper.
Vein
Yeah.
Ripper.
Yeah.
It was a big thing for a while until they banned the card that went with it.
Until they banned Sorin.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vein Ripper was gross.
It was
but
huge, but right.
They banned
like,
Sorin, and then it was
Okay.
It was a
completely
pioneer deck.
pointless.
Yeah, I was like, and then what else is in this set? I don't think fuck nothing.
MKM wise, Murder was.
That's
I
an
mean,
old
a
reprint.
kill-
oh,
a
the new
reprint
Massacre Girl.
and Massacre
yeah,
Girl.
that one was actually
She
not
was pretty
so
good.
bad.
Yeah. This set was
Go
so
down to the green.
atrocious.
And
I mean, it was
see
kind of garbage. There wasn't.
This set was
There
so
just wasn't
atrocious.
much.
the
The Ferox.
well,
that
no,
thing was
the
good.
charm.
Oh, Archsteward's Charm.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not
No,
a fan.
it's
I wasn't a fan.
I'm not a fan.
the
The
card next to your
Ferox.
thumb. Yeah, the Ferox is gross.
That thing is crazy.
The 4/4 Death Touch and
Oh yeah, that's
Yes. Ward collect evidence
yeah.
4 with Death
Axebane,
Touch.
Axebane Ferox.
Dude.
and then go down to the next level and the bottom, right by your thumb, right
The
there.
Flourishing Bloomkin.
That was the one I was talking about earlier. It
Ah,
got-
the +1 for each.
Yeah.
Yeah, Flourishing
Oh, the
Bloomkin.
2-drop. Yeah.
Yeah.
which
yeah,
is not
but-
bad for what it did.
I mean,
but it was
What else really came out of the set that, to this day, we're seeing steady play of?
Oh shit.
nothing. And that's the part that just kind of like, this is sad. I don't think there's much in this set that just shows up and does a thing. There were cards that were good in this set, singularly, and then all of a sudden they just kind of dropped off to the face of the earth.
I mean, Escape Tunnel was an okay land, but
None of the artifacts were anything.
yeah,
None of like the lands. Like I said, the surveil lands are good.
Right.
yeah, but that's it.
That's it.
5 surveillance. That's it.
I don't know.
I
That's
mean, even then,
horrible
the thing that goes along with that is just so much of that set is change.
Yeah,
Because this is one of the sets that the collectors just killed everything about this set, because the collector boxes and collector's cards in this set were so bad in the sense of you could get all of the stuff you wanted from the collectors. Why buy the boosters?
Right.
And it was just like, bleh. And it was because it wasn't worth it. It wasn't even worth the $4 a pack.
Don't
No.
forget the really, really bad commander decks that came out of that.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
The
the
surveil-
MKM Commander decks were
surveil
the
deck.
worst, dude.
I'm
so
just saying, like,
bad.
Oh. Anyway.
Next.
Let us move on from a horrible set that came out last year.
To another horrible set.
I'm going to
came
be
out
honest.
last year.
I'm going to be honest, guys. I struggled with this one because there's been a few that have just not done it for me over the last few years. But I think the worst offender of the worst was Aether Drift.
That set is so.
For something that had so much potential, it flopped. There's nothing really.
There were so many almost
going
cards.
through the set.
Yeah.
There were so
There
many
are
almost
so
cards.
many almost good cards.
Almost cards.
But
That's
the wording,
almost a card.
the wording is wrong. Something is not right with it.
Yeah.
There are 2 cards out of this entire set of 553 that I play. 2. I play House Squad Heavy,
In
which
a goblin deck.
hardly ever sees the field in my Goblin deck. It just happens to be 1 out of the 100. And I play Full Throttle, which also is in my Goblin deck, which hardly ever sees play because it's a 6-drop. And I hardly get to 6 mana. It doesn't go that far.
Yeah.
So it's kind of just in there as a place filler. And outside of that, I don't use a single card out of Aether Drift. Out of 553 cards, I use 2 of 553. And that to me is a mark of just a bad set with no gas.
The loot in this set was cool.
Yeah. Vehicles were an interesting
So
whatever, but
top speed or what max speed or what?
yeah, gaining speed and
what
House
was the
Squad Heavy
actual-
goes
What
around
was the
it.
actual thing called? Though?
Max speed.
No.
Or don't get, you go
Start your engines.
Start your
Yeah.
engines. That mechanic was terribly built.
It was. I was gonna say it's terribly misused.
Well,
It could have been a very cool mechanic, but they did.
If they would have said only 1 per turn, not during your turn, then it could have actually been a cool mechanic that did what they wanted it to do. Slowed the game a little bit, but not crawl. But max speed takes too long. In standard, in Pioneer, in Commander, it takes too long. 3 turns, 4 turns, it's too much time to lose all of the advantage that those cards can give you when you're just trying to take one so I can speed up. I mean, really. Anyway.
There was a friend of ours named Xanth created a Samut deck.
That Samut is cool.
Very good. And it relied a lot on the speed factor of it. But that deck was actually really done very well.
And it still lost out so many games because it's too slow.
Truth. But it was a fun...
It was cool. It was a cool idea.
Yeah, it was cool, but it wasn't competitive.
Or good.
Yeah, I mean...
it was as good as Samut could be built.
Yeah.
It had all the loops it could build into it. It had all the right pieces, but it still relied on you taking 4 turns to get to max speed.
Yeah, we didn't see much in Unstoppable Plan was a good.
It's a good card.
Stock
Good card.
Up was the other one that.
Yeah, and
everybody-
Stock
Stock Up was good. What was the black card that?
Tragic Slip.
No. That's a reprint. That everybody was running, Chad.
Oh, the demon.
The 5-drop demon.
Yeah.
Oh,
The demon car thing.
yeah, that stupid demon car.
No, this thing.
Mm-hmm.
The
Speed demon.
Yeah, that
Which
thing
is
was,
really good, but it's kind of like it's
then-
lackluster.
Tanuk or whatever his name is, the red guy. Oh no,
That was
that was EOE. Yep.
Yeah, they're like full throttle, house squad heavy. Those were pretty much all I pulled out of this that was worth a damn to me.
Well, they had that one goblin in the set. If you had max speed, you could tap it for every goblin you
That's
control.
House Squad heavy.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, as it rolled down the pipeline, it was like, this is not
These
as good.
things, the new Gear Hulks.
The Gear Hulks.
Yeah.
Those were cool because Gear Hulks are cool.
Color combos.
Right, and doing
Instead
the
of
2
mono.
color, doing 2 color Gear Hulks is cool. That stupid blue white Gear Hulk that puts things third from the top.
Mm-hmm.
That is a Blink Deck's dream, right? Like Loot was really cool.
Yeah, Loot was cool, but the Riptide Gear Hulk is the one you're talking about.
But yeah,
Yes,
we also
Riptide.
didn't you and I figure out a ultimate loop thing with that loot
I did.
that was just stupid.
I did. I
For
figured out how to just
standard?
continuously exhaust him.
Or was it standard or?
It was standard legal.
Okay.
Yeah.
But a lot of these, I just didn't play. I don't play them in any decks. I still don't play them in any decks.
But
and there
everybody
just
talked
wasn't-
about the Aether Spark like it was going to be this crazy cool card, and
It's
then
not.
I don't ever
It's
see it.
okay. I mean, I've got
it's
it in one of my
okay.
decks because it's a equipment deck. or
Cool,
a
you get to
bolt-on
minus
deck.
it for 10 and add 10 mana of any one color.
Like I said,
It's got
It's cool for X spells, but
Yeah.
like what else are you going to do with it other than that for 10 mana of one color? Unless you're playing mono green.
cast Urza's Rage.
Yeah.
oh God,
Fucking Comet Storm.
Sorry, man.
Like,
no, old school dumb card that just
Hit
costs more.
some target for 10.
Yep.
Any
Like,
target
any
takes
target
10
takes 10, yeah.
for 10 mana.
But it just wasn't. It didn't have the gas to me. It wasn't a good set.
It's not
out
a
of
good set.
553 cards. There's less than 10 that are actually worth a damn. To me, that's a flop.
That's
a
a
big
huge
flop.
flop. Yeah.
agreed.
Especially in this day and age in Magic the Gathering, where we've been doing this for
The power
30
creep
years
is
now.
so hard.
It's-
so
I mean,
hard.
everybody, a lot of people would consider, okay, as of this past year, the worst set being Murders. And the next worst set would have been Spider-Man for a lot of people. Now, because it just didn't.
I
do
had a
anything.
hard time picking Spider-Man because
Nostalgia.
nostalgia.
There's cards in there I love.
And there were
I thought it
cards
was
in there
great.
that I liked, but they were reprints. There were
Yes.
some in there that were new that I liked. Like I liked the new Anti-Venom, and I liked some of the things, but I don't play it in a deck. I thought it was cool,
I
but
like Eddie.
I
Eddie
liked
was
the
good.
Eddie. Yeah, and
Some of the Spider-Man
I
cards
like
were actually
Hydra
bad.
Man. I
I
like
love Hydra Man.
Electro.
Yes.
Electro was probably the best thing to come out of that
I
set.
like Spidey Sense.
Yes. There were some cards in that set that just made it fun and ideal, and you kind of Chameleon was great. The clone, the meme card was funny.
Oh yeah. Imposter something.
Yeah, imposter syndrome.
Thank you, editor.
There was, I mean, the one board wipe was not bad. The black one for 2 black and 2. You pick a creature and everything else essentially dies, which was not a bad board wipe, but it was the only one in the set.
With Spider-Man, though, most of the cards that I found value out of were reprints because they were
the
cool new
artwork-
arts and
the artwork
Opposition
was-
Agent and the
was
Goblin
talking
Bombardment and a couple of the other cool ones that came out, but I didn't get anything that was really.
I was talking to Zach, and he was telling me about like a conversation he had about somebody was super excited to see all these things in Lorwyn because all this is just so powerful. And he's all like, "This is the difference between a universe is within and a universe
is beyond.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Whenever you have all these legends that are all powerful creatures, you have to have the cost be high enough to make the difference. And so it slows the creature base down, and people don't want to play it because it's slow. And
I mean, yeah, I can see the argument.
Well, okay, so power creep was a big thing, and it started back in Urza Saga, like we said before. And if you follow what happened after Saga, and then we went, was it Marcadian? Masks?
no.
What was after Saga? After the Saga, after Urza bracket.
Saga Legacy Destiny was, come on, brain, do the thing. Yeah, it was Masks. My bad.
So Masks kind of slowed stuff back down.
Yep.
And Masks,
Nemesis
Mask
and
block
Prophecy.
Yep.
became one of the ones that nobody liked because it slowed the stuff down.
I was definitely
And then-
definitely not a fan of that
Invasion.
block.
And the
at
invasion
all.
blocks started
Plane
speeding
shifted.
it back up.
Apocalypse.
Yeah, those 3 sets started speeding it back up, and then after that you had Odyssey,
Torment and Judgment.
which really just started cranking that.
That was
Then you
probably.
And then we went to Onslaught.
Onslaught
Legions.
just went up, and Mirrodin,
Yeah. And then
Mirrodin,
Mirrodin,
and then Kimigawa.
and then Kimigawa.
Kimigawa, they decided they were going to slow this thing back down majorly because everything in Kimigawa was so mana heavy expensive.
Yeah, and that's where I'm saying the power creep didn't stop, but it slowed to a very painfully slow crawl.
And then after that, they went back to Ravnica.
They went to Ravnica for the very first time.
and then that sped up everything because of the Shocklands more than anything.
And then we went back to Ice Age for Cold Snap.
Oh God, that had some good cards and some crap cards, but
And
yeah,
then Time Spiral,
Spiral.
Plane Chase, Future Sight.
yep.
And then,
Then Lorwyn,
yes, Planeswalkers.
yep.
Yes, the
Planeswalkers,
first installment of Lorwyn,
Which was power creep like crazy.
the
Right.
first time we ever saw Planeswalkers,
Right.
which was probably one of the biggest game changers for the game that ever happened.
And
was
then-
the introduction of Planeswalkers.
And the introduction of hybrid mana, the introduction of
Tribal.
tribal,
True tribal.
well, tribal spells like tribal enchantments,
Tribal enchantments, tribal sorceries,
yeah.
tribal instants, yes.
Yeah.
But also true tribal in setting creatures and really focusing on
Yeah,
these.
it was a very
certain
tribal
creatures,
kind of
and
set.
yes.
Yes.
It was a tribal player's dream,
Right.
In Lorwyn, and Lorwyn Eclipsed is
Well,
gonna be a tribal player's dream, which why I'm
Lorwyn was
so,
4 sets.
Yeah. Well,
That
I'm
was
saying
that was the first time we
the
got
first
a
time.
4-set
Yeah.
block, which was huge. At
and
the
they've
time.
all been
They
tribal
se-
heavy.
They separated them into 2 sets each, but it was a 4-set block. You had Lorwyn and Morningtide, and then Shadowmoor and Eveningtide. And then we jumped to Alara.
Yeah. Shards of Alara, which at first was kind of like they eased it back on the throttle, and then you were like, "Whoa, why did it just slow?" No, it didn't slow back down. You just didn't see all of the stuff yet.
It was because of all the 3 color wedges that
Yeah.
slowed it down a little bit. That was the beginning of let's push 3 colors.
Yeah,
And you had that in all 3 of those sets.
right.
Um,
But and then the Alara Reborn set is what I call the oddballs, and what I mean by that is it's one of the sets that they went out on a limb to try to do a thing. And the first one they did that with was Torment, I think, in reality. Because Torment was
All about
like
black.
everything was black except for 5 cards in each color, except for black. Everything else was black.
Yep.
The next one they did was Legions, which was all creatures.
Yep.
The next one they did was Shards or Lara Reborn, which was all multicolored.
No, the next one would be Time Spiral. Was the next test. Let's be real.
Yeah, okay.
Color shifting cards, Chad.
That was
huge.
plain
I'm talking
shift.
I'm talking about the block.
Yeah.
Like that was a huge test. A
Yes.
huge step outside of the color wheel.
The norm color, yeah.
Like
I just like to sit here and be quiet and let you two argue. It's,
good.
I'm
The color
good with
wheel,
it.
bro. So the color wheel was so
Intrinsic.
important to the game. Everything followed it, and then
well, it still is.
well, and then they made Planar Chaos, and they shifted all these cards. So then you had blue cards that were once white, and red cards that were once green, and all these flip-flopped. That's where Damnation came from, because it was just flip-flopped Wrath of God. That's where Simeon's Spirit Guide came from, because it was just flip-flopped Elvish Spirit Guide. These are just cards that were other cards that now have a different name and a different color.
Yep. And it was interesting to say the least.
And then, like I said,
Sometimes
I don't really
the
think
tests
we've
go
seen-
well.
yeah, some of them go well, and some
Some
go
of them
weird.
went well, some of them went terrible.
Like Shards, the Shards or the Lara Reborn set as a whole was an interesting set for people who hate multicolored cards. They dislike this set with a passion. I like multicolored cards, so it was like, oh, this is fun. And it was one of those kind of sets that just kind of was like, oh, color combos matter. You know, you could get away with playing 2, you could get away with playing 3, and it worked really well whenever you put it all together. Sometimes, but it was one of those kind of
The right
situations.
gun build,
Yeah.
the right Esper build.
The right Bant.
That argument can be made for any set though, and any build, and
Well, but this was the beginning of Bant, Esper, Jund. This is where these came from. These names that we
yes.
use every day.
I'm not arguing against that. I'm
This
just
is
saying
where they
the-
came from.
The argument of if you build it right, like that's an
very
argument
true.
for any
That's very
any
true.
deck and any set is if you build it right, it's going to work. But
Yes.
that's like the equivalent of did you turn it off and turn it back on again?
Yeah.
Like,
Did you unplug it?
yeah.
Plug it back in.
Are you connected to the internet?
Yeah.
Did you try not being an idiot?
Yeah. Make sure your keyboard's plugged in. Can you type?
I'm very, very excited for Lorwyn Eclipsed on Friday. I'm very excited for it. And going into that, we have our 3rd installment of a Deck Tech Challenge.
Ooh.
And this one's going to you, T.
Yeah. I love that.
We're giving
idea.
Chad a break. So, T, I want you to build a deck featuring one of the new commanders, but I don't want it to be the pre-made commander list. And
So
I want you to
me
focus
take one
on
of the 4.
the Massive Mysteries, the Wooburg Elemental.
Okay.
And I want you to build your best version of that 100 card deck.
You got it.
5 colors.
5 colors.
Wooburg,
Yeah.
very easy for you.
Yeah. No, I'm
But I want to show people what this deck can really do.
Okay.
And the pre-made list is good, but we can make it a lot better.
Oh yeah.
So
I read that card and went, "This is breakable."
I'd like you to
Take
build
the
that
land
one.
pack and that entire thing go whee and just
And
kind of.
I think to counter you, I'm gonna build the Jund,
All right.
and we'll see how it goes.
Sounds good.
So we'll see how that stacks up.
All right.
Because goblins are definitely my forte, and giving them Jund is
Giving
horrible.
yourself black and green.
giving
sounds
me
fun.
black and green in a goblin deck is a terrible idea. So we're gonna see how that goes, and then we'll put it up against one of Chad's gross things, because I guarantee you we're gonna build it beyond a 3 here.
Yes.
So
You told me to make it as gross as I can. You bet it's gonna be a 4.
yeah, I'm
if
I'm
you're
bringing the
not
heat.
lucky,
Bro.
5.
Yeah,
I'm bringing-
it might be a 5.
I'm bringing the Jund heat. So
It
I have
might be
a
a
lot.
5.
I have a lot of options in this Jund. So the
Well,
only stipulation is The commander card has to be your commander. So I will have to play with Auntie Ool. You will have to play with the Massive Mysteries as a commander.
Okay.
Everything else is fair game.
All right. So 5 color good stuff. Got you.
5 color good stuff.
I've already moved into like that. No, kind of thinking, because it's like, so you put in all 10 duels, all 10 fetches.
Triumphs.
I wouldn't go so far triumphs now. I'd just go like all 10 shocks.
I'd throw triumphs and an amulet of vigor and just tutor for the amulet.
Well, your commander doesn't tutor for artifacts, so that makes it a little harder to make sure you can.
There are cards that tutor for things.
Well, of course there are, but then you have to like mulligan for those cards, and it's a whole
Listen,
ass thing.
if you're building it to a 4, you should be able to pull a tutor out pretty quick. Because I'm throwing all the tutors that I can in this Jund deck. Because I'm, behold my secret commander, Cranko Mob Boss.
About to sneeze, so forgive me.
But it's gonna be Cranko Mob Boss with attrition.
I was trying to help the people.
Yeah, I know.
With how many sack outlets now? Because you just gave me black.
Yeah, black and green.
You
Food
just gave
chain.
me mana ramp,
Food
and you
chain,
gave me
God.
food chain.
Food chain and squee.
Food chain and squee. I don't need much else. And a tally. And we can flicker a tally over and over again.
Just food chain and tally.
Yep. Then you get Then you also get added the effect of removals.
Now my brain is going to, what are you going to build to counter this grossness? Because you've got 2
I don't know yet.
stupid things coming at you now.
I don't know yet. I've got to decide as time
Just
progresses.
gonna play Turbo Fog.
He's going to play Angus
Yeah,
McKenzie.
you got that right. Yeah, like, I take no damage. I take no damage. I take no damage. And you're like, I hate you. I hate you. And I play, Unicorn, 2 white, 3, prevent all non-combat damage done by creatures your opponents control or things your opponents control. And if it's, you can pay X, like 2 and 1 white, make a unicorn.
Oh, right.
That'll just be one of those real fun stalemate games where we all just sit there
yeah,
and get
sit there for an
massively
hour and a
giant
half.
creatures and do nothing
And
with
do
it.
nothing ever.
I sit there for an hour and a half, and everybody's like, "Why haven't you won the game yet?" Chad's playing Turbo Fog.
I did, dude. My Mawu deck the last time you had protection from creatures, and I could not pull any kind of kill spell out of that deck to save my life. And I just sat there and doubled the counters for
Made
about
a really big dog.
15 turns, and I had a 2,000 trample vigilance dog that could do nothing because he had protection from creatures.
Yes,
It was absolute bullshit.
that deck's just kind of dumb. Besides that, I mean, it's a fun deck, which is another reason why I like Legends as a whole. There's a great Legends like the Oakenshield,
Yep.
which from that Legends deck.
Oakenshield was...
Add an Oakenshield is crazy because Jund, return a creature. Pay Jund, return a creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Like,
So there was also another thing that I've been put out, and it's to do the 32 color challenge.
okay.
So
I stopped myself from doing that because people were not enjoying my monocolored decks.
well, I mean, people don't really enjoy my monocolored decks either. So, but that's only 6 of it because I added colorless, so it'd actually be a 33.
Yeah, no, I built Counterspell Kozilek. Yeah. I was an asshole.
Yeah. Yeah. You deserve to be on some kind of terrorist watch list for that.
Of all my decks that I've got built, I've got 2. I've got 2 monocolor decks.
Both of them green.
Both of them are green, but
I got a red and a green right now, but I have 17 of 32 right now working through it. But this Jund will check another one off because I don't have a Jund deck. So
Like, actually built, I have blue and white monocolored decks.
I know all about your mono white deck.
And green. I
hate
have a
your
mono green
mono-white
storm.
deck.
Mono green storm list that's built. I have Heir Apparents with Delny at the helm.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have Lear Infinite Turns.
The Heir Apparent deck is really fun.
It is fun.
It's fun to play against because you just make a bunch of bunnies.
Look at my bunnies.
It's a
Look
fun
at my
little,
board. That
it's a fun little
just
gimmick.
keeps
Like,
getting
look at my
bigger
board
and
of
bigger.
150 bunnies. And that's
Then
pretty
I
much
cast,
it.
and then I cast Moonshaker Cavalry and
And
run
then
you
you
over with
die.
flying bunnies. Pegasus bunnies.
Yes. Alicorn bunnies?
Yeah. Something like that. Lear Infinite Turns,
Yes.
which is technically a 4, but never gonna play like a 4 because it's turn 7 before I start doing shit.
Yeah, that's nothing crazy.
That mono green Storm List
We worked on that together, and it was kind of fun.
It is fun. It needs a little tweaking with all the new stuff that's come out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I have my mono red C deck, and then I have a mono green. That's about a 3. It's pretty mid
Mawu.
3. I mean, Mawu does what Mawu does, and it's easily interactable, but if you're not pulling the spells to interact with it, then it's going to overrun you really quick.
So I have
And that's
Tanuk
pretty much
built
it.
on Moxfield.
We talked about that one when EOE dropped about building that Tanuk steadfast something like
yeah.
but I never really got around to it. I'm glad you finally did because
I haven't built on.
it seemed like a fun mechanic, but I just never really dove into warp like I
Yeah.
should have when EOE dropped. Because once again, the only thing that really drew me to EOE was the art and the reprints of Ancient Tomb and Strip Mine and trying to get
And
good
then-
lands and
I had Crick built for a long time.
Yep.
But I let that go because people hated it.
yeah,
It was,
rightfully so.
I mean, it was super combo heavy and
It was hateful.
See,
it was very helpful.
One of the creatures out of the EOE that I liked was the one you're talking about, and he was a Kavu.
Tanuk Steadfast
Tanuk,
Second.
yeah.
That was
Yeah.
what it was called.
And
Yes.
that brings me back to all the stuff that happened for Invasion. I think it's Invasion Cycle. That had all the Kavus and stuff in it, which I was really tempted to just build a Kavu deck because there were several Kavus in EOE, and then I kind of talked myself out of it because
Were there several? I really didn't pay heavy attention to it.
there was about 5 or 6.
Yeah.
I mean, was there enough to really build something
was-
Kavu tribal? Because
there-
there were Kavu in other sets,
That's
right?
what I was going to say. With all of them from all the sets that have been printed, I bet you there's just enough
Yeah.
to really call it Kavu Tribal. The thing is I don't know that you could find a commander.
I was going to say,
That's-
is there
yeah.
a viable commander to play?
Tanuk is the only legend.
He's about the only one I
know,
can think
and
of
you
that would be a
can't get
Kavu,
enough
and that's mono red.
Yeah, you can't get enough mono red Kavu to make
No.
a deck.
That was the other side of it. Was kind of like I looked into it and kind of went, "Oh, this would be cool to make a commander deck with that," in my brain and just straight Kavu. And then I was like, "Well, that won't work. That won't work. That won't work." I'd have to choose a non-Kavu commander, and it was like, okay.
Yeah.
And I kind of moved away from it. But at the time, I was really kind of thinking because there's a what they call a blink. I guess the best way to describe it is a blink commander, but he's a bounce commander. That's a Kavu that whenever he comes into play, you bounce another Kavu from in play back to your
yeah.
hand. And he was like a red, a green, and 2, or red, a green, and 3, I think. And he's actually pretty powerful. He's like a 5/4 trampler ish, but without the you could bounce Flame Tongue Kavu, which for the longest time was a large removal piece for a lot of people because it comes into play 4 damage. Great card.
Great card.
So I mean, there's a lot of stuff from the Kavu side that I wanted to mess with, and then I talked myself out of it because there wasn't a green-red commander that went with it properly.
Worked well.
And I think all the colors for the Kavus were just green and red, but I think there was one red one that had a black ability.
That makes sense.
I think the hooded Kavu had a black ability, but I can't remember. It's been a long time. And I did build a standard or a type 2 Kavu deck that was fun to build because you could drop in the little ones early, and then you got to the big ones, and when the big ones came in, they were like housing.
Yep.
So it was a lot of fun.
I think that the deck challenge is going to be a lot of fun. I think that sounds like something I can definitely get behind.
Oh yeah.
So
It's going to be super fun because the next time we see you guys is going to be after Lorwyn pre-release.
Right.
So it's going to be a few days after the Lorwyn pre-release, so we're going to have some cool new updates from that, obviously.
Right.
We've got some quick housekeeping stuff to finish out the episode today, and then we are out of here.
Hell yeah.
First thing is first, our new link tree
Hey,
is live.
Live link tree.
So instead of posting a million links in our description on follow the Discord here and this, there's one quick link. It's easy to click on. You'll see all of
Takes
our
to
socials.
everything.
You'll see everything cool that we've got going on. You'll find links to our YouTube, to our TikTok, which has all of our behind the scenes stuff. Links to our merch store. So if you want to get some good looking merch to support not only the game store, but the podcast, and our other podcast is Plastic Crack, which we'll catch every Monday on YouTube, talking about tabletop gaming and things that are happening there.
Heck yeah.
So other than that, we will see you guys next week after Lorwyn pre-release.
Yay!
Fantastic.
Have a good one.
Have a good one, guys.
Later, guys.